What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna have a chit chat with your girl Sia from Venus Archangel, and I always say that too. It's Sia, or you guys can, call me Venus. You guys can call me whatever you guys want to call me, as long as it's within, except for tarot, because I'm not a tarot card, right? So what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I said I was gonna push it to 45, but I was like, I'm home and I'm ready to go, so no one need to wait 15 minutes. So yeah. So yeah. Hi. Hey Renee. What's up, Gail? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? So we're just gonna be talking mostly about relationships, sex, love. Like, what are the things that you guys have got going on right now in your relationships? Because I know it's been one hell of a karmic situation in the sky, right? Soulmates, twin flames, all those kinds of situations, all those kinds of relationships, even just normal, regular, everyday relationships. It's been kind of getting up there, and it's because what? North Node is in Cancer. We got all this crap going on in Capricorn, so those are opposing. That's the mother and the father. That's the divine masculine, divine feminine. We got that stuff going on, fam. We got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so I did want to talk about that. I wanted to talk about, what we need to do as whoever we identify as, divine feminine, divine masculine, because those are just energies. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about too, because a lot of people are thinking that divine feminine and divine masculine, that's all gender based. It's not. It really ain't. It's all energy, right? Like, for instance, Libra is actually seen as a masculine energy or a masculine sign, okay? And Taurus is a feminine sign, right? Capricorn, feminine sign, but there's attributes to it that make it very masculine, like Saturn, for instance. But the energy, like earth energy, air energy, fire energy, they all have their own kind of masculine, feminine to it, right? Water energy is feminine. Earth energy is feminine. Air energy, fire energy, that's masculine. Okay. But we are a mixture of all those things, so we're never just one and the same. It's like, which one of us is the most dominant in which energy? You know what I mean? So, like, for me, I kind of feel like I'm the divine masculine in all of my relationships. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not feminine. It just means that I just kind of vibe off a very masculine kind of tone to everything I do. So us ladies out here, we don't need to be like discriminating, you know what I'm saying? If you got some masculine energy, go ahead and tap into that. If you got some, feminine energy, go ahead and embrace that. Gentlemen, feminine, masculine, it doesn't matter. You're still a man, you're still whatever, you're still whoever, all right? So anyway, that aside, I think we have a lot of, situations. You're divine masculine also. See, we getting some divine masculine energy up in this house. Okay, let's say hello. Okay, let's just go ahead and vibe that for a second. Let's just be us, and it's okay. It'll make us any less woman, not at all. Okay, and I do want to express as well, especially for people that don't identify as a gender. You know what I mean? Because we have a lot of people that don't identify with regular sex, right? And that's totally fine too. The thing is that a lot of the times too, people don't know which one they are, and there's no stereotypical way to know if you're divine masculine or divine feminine. There's no stereotypical way. You can just kind of feel it, and it's not discriminative. It doesn't seclude itself or exclude any of the other genders that are out there. It's just a vibration. It's just an energy. So you could be whoever you want to be in the world. Divine feminine, divine masculine, you could be any of those. But also remember, you have both. It's just which one of those are you the most, dominant, right? So think of a dark color. If it's a dark color, it's going to be in the darks. If it's a bright color, it's going to be with the colors or something, with the bright colors. It's category. So yeah. So what has been going on with everybody's relationships? Karmic relationships, communication, I know, is one of them things that's happening or not happening in a lot of relationships. A lot of distance, a lot of kind of like recognizing yourself in the other person, a lot of incompatibilities. Okay, because I know I've been having a lot of incompatibilities, a lot of craziness, but that's just like a work in progress. You know, it's a work in progress. I've got nothing going on. And that's another thing, right, that I wanted to touch on. A lot of us has got either some craziness going on with relationships or nothing at all. And it's like a drought. Like it's like there is no water, there is no land, there's no grass, there's nothing. It's like a desert. And you want to get stuff kicked off, right? You want to start, having some more fun, mingling with folks. You want to just, get in the energy of being, being with somebody, dating, having fun. But there's no takers right now. What is going on? So what I was going to do too, guys, I was going to also look at the Planet Watcher. And I'm not an astrologer. I'm going to say this right now. I am not an astrologer. I don't proclaim to be an astrologer. I do use astrology to help me with my tarot, because it does, like, I don't know. It's like weaving a basket, right? You use whatever works, to make it look nice. Do whatever you do. And for me, when it comes to astrology and the tarot, it goes hand in hand. So I like to use what I know about the planets into my astrology, because that does give it more value, if that makes sense. It makes it more rich in information, and it also helps me kind of see more stuff, if that makes sense. Like, helps me see a little bit past just the surface stuff. Because we can always say, like, oh, yeah, this person's mad. Oh, yeah, this person's this. But at the end of the day, we want to look at what's going on in the planets-wise, what's going on with the sky that's influencing the person to be this way. And I don't think the planets do anything to us. It's all about, the certain vibrations and how we play off of that vibration. And same difference, like, with music, right? Or the weather, as a friend of mine put it. Emerald Empress, I was moving forward. For me. Now the Taurus Uranus deal. Girl, don't even get me started. I'm a Taurus rising, and it's hitting me first. Okay, it's hitting me so hard. And I know it's hitting my mother, because my mother is a Taurus as well. I got my aunt, who's a double Taurus, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. And then my sister, Taurus, I think she's a Taurus moon, and my brother's a Taurus moon as well. So, girl, we're gonna be hit up with all kinds of changes. Like last year, I don't know if you guys remember last year when Uranus first went into Taurus. Like, it was just all kinds of welcoming changes, right? Hi, Dachi. What's up? But yeah, like, it was all kinds of, like, welcoming changes. You're willing to do something different, get outside of the comfort zone. It was more eager. But we already kind of did the fun part of change, and then now we're doing the whole not so fun part of change. Well, we did that before, when Uranus went retrograde out of Taurus, back into Aries, and then boom, here he is again in Taurus, and we're all like, we know what happened last time. Right? What's up? Delane, what's up, girl? What's going on with all the energy? It seems like every tarot reader are giving the same messages. It's crazy but accurate. Yes. Honestly, as far as what I know about the energies go, and my extent and, like, doing my research regarding astrology, just for the tarot bit part, there's a lot of stuff going on, right? And I even have Planet Watcher open, so we're gonna be looking at that in a second. What's up, Liz? What's up, girl? What's up, Liz? It's been crazy. See, like, I wish I could show you guys, or just kind of like have like a little thing where I can. Maybe, is there something like that? I don't think there is. Okay. Well, maybe next time I'm just gonna have to fiddle around with OBS, because I know how to do it there. Like, I used to stream videos of video games, right? I used to play video games on Twitch, and I'm thinking about doing that again, but after Mercury's done being retrograde and being a pain in the behind. Okay, but, like, so I know how to do some of this. It's just, when you're in a hurry, you got a lot of stuff going on. You don't have time to be filling out with no technology. Yes, girl, the energy is insane. I mean, we already got Jupiter in Sag. That's a good place for it to be. But the planets that are, like, causing us the most headaches right now, in my opinion, is Mars. Okay? Mars, Mercury, Uranus, and maybe even a little bit of the moon, but not even that. It's not even that big, you know. It's not even that big. In the North Node in Cancer. So if everybody's been having, you know, you got a headache, I got a headache too. It's weird that you're saying that because I'm like, oof, okay, that's weird. And it's like on the side right here. It could have a lot to do with my tooth being, you know, being removed, but I didn't have that before I got online. So that's I don't know what's going on, girl. But yeah, I'm just making the weirdest faces and I can see myself. I'm like, but yeah, we're just going to talk about relationships, love, sex, things that we honestly could use some clarity on in regards to people that we're dealing with in our everyday. Okay. And the dynamics of that. Now, I don't want to jump too much into astrology because I'm not an astrologer, not professionally. I do use it sometimes. Let's use a little bit. And of course, I've got a limited knowledge because I just focus on the tarot mostly. But I am a relationship coach. I did a lot of research in regards to, you know, psychology and how the mind works. And one of the things that I wanted to smash while I was here actually was that how different men and women are. They're not very different. Okay, they're not. Okay, think about it. Like I've had, believe it or not, I've had a lot of gentlemen come to me and ask me why women are like this, why women like that. And it's funny that they don't realize that half of the stuff they're asking me, like specifically if women do this and that, they do the same thing, right? They may not have a period, a menstrual cycle, but you guys, you know, the guys do very similar things to women. They can be moody, they can be kind of grumpy, can be irritated at some points, right? They may do some things that, you know, don't make sense. But as for everybody, right? Everybody has a background. Everybody has things that they do because of something that happened in the past, right? Somebody, like for instance, the biggest thing that I have people coming to me and asking has a lot to do with communication. Like, well, she was mad at me for like 2 or 3 days. Why is she not, like, why didn't she just tell me what's going on? Because she wasn't, situations, right? Situation is this. Nobody was taught the fundamentals of communication. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, I'm the stellar like role model for communication because sometimes I slip up too. Right? We all come from a household with possibly someone that's very passive aggressive or someone that was very blunt, and it sometimes either it could do two things. It could make you really outspoken and maybe a little aggressive with how you communicate, or it could kind of shroud you, kind of like make you feel like you can't communicate, make you feel like you can't be open. Okay. And I think what's going on right now, especially with all the relationship stuff, a lot of that has to do with communication. Now, we also have individuals out here that are separate from each other. Don't talk, don't say anything, like twin flame relationships. And those are one of the most difficult relationships, in my opinion, to classify because we have so many kind of variations of what a twin flame relationship would be or look like. And it's just too hard to tell, of course. And a lot of people's different situations may be different. Like, you don't have to have an age difference. It's one of the key points, but you don't have to have a massive age difference, and that can still qualify as a twin flame. You know what I'm saying? So there's just so much to it. But the thing that bugs me the most is when folks, right, especially me, and I do this too, we focus too much on the other person. As a Libra, I focus way too much on the boo. And the boo is doing his thing. You know, he's not even thinking about me. He's a Sag. He's not going to be thinking about me. He's not going to be thinking like, well, she must be feeling like this or she must be feeling like that. And you're not supposed to. Right? As far as being in a relationship, two come together because you're already a whole. You're not to fill the other person up. And that's one of the things I wanted to touch on today as well. But yes, communication is crazy. Great communication. Something happens to her on the phone and I cannot message her on. Oh, see what I'm saying? Mercury retrograde, man. I want to blame Mercury retrograde, but it's helping us look a lot closely at our communication stuff, right? I think all of us is realizing right now, it's like, it's not Mercury doing any of this. It's like, it's always been there. It's just like extra, you know? It's like someone putting extra whipped cream on top of whipped cream. It was already there, but now we got an influx of it. All right, so it's going to be happening all over the place. It doesn't have to be romantic relationships too. It could be, it could be business oriented. It could be business oriented. Having issues collaborating with people or working as a team with people. And a lot of times you guys could be communicating just fine, just not the right stuff. And it's because, like I said, whatever you guys have been through in the past can get in the way of that kind of proper communication. And it's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just how you were up, how you were brought up, how you lived your life, how things worked, how things didn't. You know what I mean? And it's like there's a lot of undoing of what you've learned that does not work. It's very hangman death energy. That's what we got going on right now. Why y'all talking in chat? I love it. I got ghosted in January, and literally when you came on live, I got a message from him. I didn't do anything. Okay, don't give me that credit because I don't know what happened. Okay, see what is up, and then what was it? Was it when we were talking about communication? That is crazy. Oh my god! I wonder if I could talk to angels more during this time. Probably could. I mean, I'm channeling a lot of my messages, and I don't channel, guys. I mean, I'm learning the tarot. I'm focusing mostly on the tarot. I know I can. I just don't practice. I don't do any of that yet. I'm still trying to get comfortable in my intuitive energies, right? In my intuitive realm. And tarot helps me control it, helps me understand it, helps me get a little deeper. But as far as channeling goes, this is like my very first time channeling a lot of my messages. So let me know if you guys getting extra stuff over there. Girl, burn some sage. Okay? Burn some sage. Okay? Get some incense. I don't know what I did. I don't know what you did. Maybe it was just the energies. We're talking about communication and boom. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I know a little Spanish. I'm sorry, I can't go full-blown Spanish. Not yet, but I'm working on it. Okay? So complicated as distance. Okay. Michael has been telling me to draw some crazy odd weapons for him. Well, maybe he realizes that your artistic talents could be really well used in the what battles is fighting now? I'm scared. That's the part because if he's asking you to draw those things, then I know it's gonna be we're preparing ourselves energetically for something bigger to happen come 2030. So things are going to get a little bit more intense than it already has. And it has a lot to do with not only moving into Pisces, Pluto. Well, not Pluto. Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for a little bit. But Saturn, he's going to be what? Yeah, he's going to be in Aquarius then, not Pisces. Not yet. I think it's probably around the tail end. But oh my goodness. I don't know about y'all, but Aquarian energy is intense. All right. I think it makes so much sense, but we overcomplicate it. Aquarius energy is very simple. But because we overcomplicate our regular stuff, like we overcomplicate Aries energy, we're not going to get Aquarius. So it's just like accurate, Liz. Swords, capes, also weapons. Oh snap. Dachi, are you gonna be telling us what we should be looking for? Yeah, Liz, your energy is very intense, and the reason why is because you guys, it's like I don't know how to say this. Like, you guys have a scanner in your eyes, and you guys are able to piece things together. It's very Virgoan, but on hyperdrive. Yes. Yeah, you guys can pick stuff apart. You guys are really quick to the fast, man. You beat Gemini at talking. All right, when it comes to correcting people and whipping out some facts, you're no. Okay, this is actually how it's supposed to be. Blah 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 blah. And people look it up, they don't believe you, you're full of shit, and then boom, there it is. It's oh my god. And I tease an Aquarius friend actually. I told her she Mandela affects everything. So I feel like y'all Aquarians Mandela effect stuff because you just be like, no, I think it was this. I don't remember. Then it actually is, and I'm like, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but like I was saying, communication is the key to relationships. Yes, and to Renee's point, who brought up the messages being the same for every tarot reader? It was Renee. Yeah, there have been, and a lot of it has to do with detaching from things, or it has to do with finding your own courage. One of the biggest things that I found with last month's, what is it? No, last month. So last week's messages. That's how busy I am, y'all. It feels like everything's a month long. But one of the things I've noticed for everybody with the weeklies was that everybody was looking to improve themselves through the relationships they had, even the ones that weren't together. Does that mean that's interesting, right? So everybody was no longer. It's like I think everybody's moving on from I need to focus on my partner to I need to focus on myself because this person is showing me something that I don't do for myself. So like it's an interesting kind of communication thing anyway, right? With Mercury going retrograde, we're looking at ourselves like, okay, we are the the manifestors. We're the creators in our life. This person here is very much similar to me. This person has similar issues, or we have things that we clash on, and it's something that honestly triggers me. And not because they did anything, right? And sometimes it can, but mostly it brings up an old karmic story within us, right? So then we have to go and really look at ourselves and really work on it. I found a lot of like positive energy for everybody. Everybody in the relationship were going through some shit, man. They're going through some very intense shit. But everybody was still remaining hopeful. Everybody still had that whole, well, we're going to get through it because I know half of this, is something I need to work on anyway. If I was single, I would be working on it anyway. And the single people, like sometimes when I was reading those readings, it felt like I was reading for one person. That's how interesting these readings are. And a lot of the times, and I'm just going to say it, right? When you do that, when you look at both sides and see them as yourself, and especially for the single folks, that's you calling in your soulmate. Because you're already looking at yourself in a mirror. You don't actually need one. So you're going to bring something in that, someone that either will match your energy. And when you, focus and heal yourself and overcome a lot of those things that, we all have karmic issues with. Like, for instance, I'm a Pisces South Node, y'all. Okay, so I don't even know where to even get started. Hey, Mary. So, like, who else in here has a Pisces South Node? Please tell me I'm not alone in this, okay? Please tell me I'm not alone. What it is, everybody South knows. If everybody knows it. If you don't know it, I got a link in the description box. I don't know if you guys can access the description box in this. Hi, Brianna. How you doing, girl? But yeah, like if everybody's got a South Node, that'll tell you what you're kind of going through, what situations you're gonna have to overcome, because your North Node is where you're striving to be, but your South Node is where you're home, right? South Node is what you're used to. It's just the habits and behaviors that you kind of grew up with. And when you get, when you get older, right? Or when you start doing things in the world and you start realizing that a lot of the patterns that you do may not be helpful, you start to change them. And those changes usually are towards your North Node. So my North Node is obviously Virgo. So I got to be more detail oriented, and I got to stick up for myself and make sure people don't, jit me. Okay. And I got to be more, organized. I don't know if I just said that, but, whatever. And I have to, do what I do best, which is dreaming, which is creativity, in a very organized fashion. Now, is one of the things that's interesting in that regarding my relationships, I have to be creative. I got to be passionate. I'm a passionate individual anyways. Double, like Sag, Mars, Venus in my chart. So it's like, yeah, passion is there. Okay, the sex is there. But I got to do it in an organized fashion, because if I just have it any willy-nilly time, it's not going to get me anywhere, Ciao. I don't know if she just left. But yeah. So look that up, guys, if you don't know it. That's going to help a lot with around this time, especially with being in Pisces season, retrograding. Well, Mars is retrograding. We got other planets that's going to be retrograding soon. And I honestly, all I know right now is Mercury. Ooh, Mercury. Let's see. It's just kind of checking here. And you know what was interesting last year with everything going retrograde, like after each other? It was weird. Like it was Venus, then it was Jupiter. No, it was Jupiter first, then it was Venus, then Jupiter went direct, and then Venus went direct, and then Mercury went retrograde. It was like we just cannot get enough of this. Cannot. But I think that was like the epiphany that's kicked off this sort of retrograde season, especially when it comes to communication, how we see relationships and how we are in relationships. It's so interesting. Okay, soul girl. I don't know what to say to that one. Okay, I'm just gonna be like, okay, as long as that works for you, I don't think that is necessarily a sign or placement of any sort. But okay, we're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna leave it alone. I'm not ready for all these retrogrades. Of course you're ready. Of course you're ready, Dachi. I know. It looks like so far it's just Mercury that's retrograde. So, oh no, never mind. Wait a second. Hold up. Oh no. Come, what is it? April 11th. Oh dear. April 11th is when Jupiter goes retrograde. And that's 12 p.m. for me. I didn't look up the precise time. But yeah. April 11th, Jupiter. I mean, he's got to, right? He's got a whole year to kind of go through and be in Sag. A year and some change. I'm too pissed. Why are you pissed off? Is it because we're having communication issues? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, girl. Okay. But yeah, a lot of the things I recognized in the weekly readings was that everybody was trying to improve themselves through the relationship. Like everybody was using the other person as a mirror and things that they wanted to change for not only themselves in the future, but okay, no, as well as bringing in the person that they want, right? Bringing in the right individual. If that makes sense. Like, if there's no such thing as a right or wrong individual. Everybody has a soulmate. Everybody has their pair-ups. None of those pair-ups are incorrect. And I say it all the time in my videos. If you're with the person that you're with, it's not a bad thing. It really is not. You're meant to be with that person because obviously it's going to help you, it's going to help you in some way. And it's always best to see it that way instead of being like, I've dated the wrong person, I got married to the wrong person. Because you did everything that you needed to do in the way that you believed you needed to do it. So there's obviously nothing wrong, right? You do everything you can to protect yourself. So I feel like everybody in the readings last week was realizing that. They were recognizing the roles that they had and the other roles of the other person, where their role was in their life and how they can use that to their benefit. Okay. And I think that that's actually really good. And that's something that we actually really need to capitalize on throughout the whole duration of Pisces season. Because I think a lot of us feel like we're going crazy. Like we just can't handle emotions too well. We can't handle certain things told to us or said to us. Like we can't have serious conversations because it brings up an old issue. And that is like not the other person's fault. It's not even our fault. It's just the time and where we are, where everything is going to be brought up. A lot of the, a lot of our old stuff, a lot of our old, troubles that we had going back when we were younger. Like I said, a lot of the things that one of the things that caught me actually not by surprise but kind of hit me was when I was shuffling. I can't remember for who, but they got forgive your parents, right? And that is huge because a lot of the stuff that we learn in relationships, they all come from our parents. Hi, the boy. They all come from our parents. They all have to do with how we watched our parents be together. So regardless of our communication, right? How we express emotion, how we express affection, a lot of those fundamental relationship things came from what we learned from the people that had relationships in front of us every day. So, it's not about blame. And I think everybody was realizing that last week. At least that was the readings. That's what the readings were implying. Everybody was realizing how their past is playing a role into this. I think a lot of us is realizing that because whenever we have conversations with our partners, their past comes up. right? Their past comes up. We got to hear something about what happens to them in that certain situation, or we don't, or it doesn't come up at all, right? They're just mute and they're quiet. But then we hear some other time where its communication was damaged, or some sort of practice in which they were communicating was flawed because of what they had gone through. A lot of times it doesn't have to be our parents' fault. A lot of times it has to do with people of authority too, because parents don't have to just be, our folks. It could be people that we looked up to, the people that we took answers to, people that we had authority to, right? And those things, and I've noticed this for a lot of people, man, it's that we are not able to communicate very well because we haven't forgiven or even acknowledged the flaws in our communication in the past. And it's not about, oh my God, you're a fuck up. You just messed it all up. You just suck. It's not about that. And everybody goes there. And it's like, no, don't go there with that. It's all about just, hey, let's look at what is going on. Why we are here now, so we can adjust and fix what needs to be fixed. And a lot of people are having issues with that because, one, it's Pisces season. It's a sensitive time. Everybody is trying to figure out why they're feeling the certain ways that they feel, why they're getting triggered so easily. And it's why is this not the best time to figure it all out? Okay. And Pisces season, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if anybody was like feeling this too, but Pisces season this season is way different from Pisces season last season. Okay. All right, Dachi, thank you so much for stopping in, girl. Bye. But yeah, who else is feeling that? Like, Pisces season is totally not the same. Like, we have changed so much. A lot of our things that we do to distract ourselves ain't working. You could be playing video games for forever, and you still be thinking about the stuff that's bugging you. You still think about the things that you feel responsible for. You still feel sad and worried and anxious. All those feelings still come up. You could be focusing on work. You could be focusing hardcore on work, and yet none of those things are distracting you from the person that you really want to be with in your life. Your person, your dream boyfriend, your soulmate, your twin flame. They're always here. So with all that said, it goes beyond communication now. It goes down to the point of where we feel the most vulnerable and why we can't allow ourselves to be vulnerable. All right, Flynn, like, bro, you gotta chill out, man. And Soul Girl, what's going on with you? My man is a dickhead because okay, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna chill out for a moment. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna chill y'all out for a little bit. Take it easy. But yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, a lot of our distractions don't work, people. A lot of our things don't work. And it brings us back to ourselves. It brings us back to a place where we're the most vulnerable. That's why I kind of started us out with Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. Because Divine Feminine energy, I can imagine that it's still difficult to be vulnerable right now, considering that there's it's an energy of uncertainty. It's always moving, especially with emotions. Everything's moving. So being vulnerable, it kind of puts everyone in a very weird place. It puts the Divine Feminine in a weird place because where they were normally open to being vulnerable, they're not too sure of if their emotions, if their vulnerability is being received in a positive way or in a way that is, in a way that's compassionate. And with Divine Masculine, which already has learned to be more emotionally involved, it's putting them in a very awkward place too, because where they feel like they can express, they honestly don't feel like, if that makes sense. It's like, it's really weird. Like, they know they should, the Divine Masculine, they know they should, but they can't because they have to remain strong in a period where they don't really know what the hell's going on anyway. So Divine Feminine can't figure out if this is okay, if they're going to be able to express themselves without having a sort of backlash. Or in the Divine Masculine, they don't feel like they can truly be, they can't really have a vulnerable moment. They have to be strong. They have to continue to push through it because there's uncertainty. Then they have to be ready for it. But that puts them, that's bad, right? In the sense of the balance thing going on, right? With emotions and You know, being in, you know, in doing, which being is all about being connected with your emotions, being aware about how you feel. And then doing is taking action on what you love, taking action in relationships, being compassionate, et cetera, right? Extending yourself. Right now, like masculine energy, they're all doing because it's easier to just do stuff instead of focusing on how they feel, because it's there's no room for it. It kind of gives the feeling of, right? It gives no, it doesn't make sense to be vulnerable when you know you have to do this. We got to take care of this. We taking up responsibility to take care of the other person. And I think that's another thing too that I realized in the readings, is that people are realizing that even with divine masculine energy, you don't have to take care of anybody. Same with divine feminine, because divine feminine is Empress. She takes care of everybody. She can't take care of everybody right now. And that's why everybody in this, like with the weeklies, I'm serious. Like, it's like everybody realizes that, like, the place that I'm in regarding relationships, and I'm just speaking like as if you know, the people I'm reading for, right? I have to take this as me, like almost, I have to take this like it's a test of some sort. I have to take it like it's a test. Okay, I have to see the other person and think, okay, where do I need to be? What do I need to do for me so I know I can be stable? So that way the other person, you know, so I can find someone that's just as stable. Not that the other person's wrong for me, not the other person's bad for me, because I love this person, but I need to be 100% for me so I can be 100% for someone else if I want to, if I can. Right now, we got to know our limits. Where's the I can, right? Because we're not even there at the I can yet. So it's interesting, right? So conversations are huge. And with Mercury retrograde, why not? Why is this not the best time to have a conversation about the past? Because that's what retrogrades do, right? You're going backwards. And retrogrades take us back to the past. It reminds us of all the times where we had slip-ups with communication, where we had, you know, instances where things, it may have gone a certain way, right? To me, a retrograde is like a Wheel of Fortune at moment. It's another opportunity to do something different with what you know. But it's more of like a review, kind of, with the Hermit. So it's like we're reviewing as we're doing something different. But then you have the opportunity to really establish the differences that we learned when it's no longer retrograde. It's a lot of stuff going on, fam. It's a lot of stuff. And I want to talk about, you know, the heightened energy for passionate sex and then the low sex drive all at the same time. We got a lot of this going on, right? With, you know, passionate energies. Some of us out here like really wanting to get it on with our boo. And the other boo is like totally not engaged, totally disconnected. Again, it has to do with the vulnerability thing. Everything kind of connects and intertwines. So I think a lot of people are having instances where someone is too focused on what's really not important, or what they deem important, which honestly something that may have had solutions to several times, planned out, figured out. And the other person is just like they can't seem to get a satisfaction, if that makes sense. It's like it's a constant problem. Like they can't seem to cap it off. No matter how many times they do it, no matter, you know, if it was good the first time, it still doesn't cap. So I don't know if anybody else is having these issues, having this situation, right? And I'm like, I'm ready to talk about it because, to be honest with you, like I'm one of those people. It's gonna be said. I'm just gonna say it. I'm one of those people right now that I can't seem to get a cap. And that's weird for me because I can go for a long time without having to deal with any of that. But right now, it feels like with the situation being so weird, right, the energies being so weird, I can't seem to get a stable handle on things. And with Uranus going into Taurus, it's like a over reproductive function. Like I'm trying to procreate, but I don't really intend to procreate. I'm tending to stabilize and maintain what I've got. And that just not just goes for sex, guys. So sex is, you know, it's about creativity, right? We may have brilliant ideas and they just keep coming at us, different ideas, different things where our artistic selves are just kind of coming out. And we can't seem to figure out, you know, can't seem to get enough. We want to constantly do it. We want to constantly come up with like different ideas, start new projects, and don't finish the ones that we've got. We just kind of keep going. And it's like, where's the cap? And where do we just say, okay, let's buckle down and focus on this? It just feels like it's never enough. It's not satisfying. Yeah, and it has to do with a lot of our, and I'm not gonna blame the relationships, because the relationships is like a symptom. It's similar to everything that we're dealing with. It's a symptom. So I don't know if anybody else is dealing with that, but I do feel like right now we are in a we're like in a whirlpool, and especially with Neptune being home and Jupiter being home, we're spiraling. You're spiraling. Yeah, at least somebody in here is cool with this. Everybody's, this person is all right. So, girl. But yeah, y'all. But one of the things I really wanted to speak about today was communication. And I kind of touched on that. So with 20 minutes left, I wanted to do a reading. Not a reading portion, but I did want to pull cards for every sign today, because I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. I had an emergency to handle today, and I wanted to pull at least an oracle card and a tarot card to kind of see what the energies were today. So yeah. When will you get a Royal Oak watch? I don't know. I didn't even think about it. What is special about Royal Oak? I'm gonna have to look into it. And we're starting off with Pisces, considering that this is Pisces season, and a lot of you all Pisces out there get to go first. So I'm just going to be pulling cards, guys, to kind of see, what's been going on with today, what you have to look forward to tomorrow, because I'm going to try and get the weeklies up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the weekends up, but we're going to see. We're going to see. I'm just going to be pulling a card for all the signs, guys, because pulling a card for everybody can get crazy. I've had several live streams with free readings, and you guys definitely be supporting, but at the same time, it's like super draining because it's a lot of readings, and you want to get as many people as you can. So Pisces, you guys have a leg up, all right, from the wisdom of the oracle, because I think we all could use some wisdom right now, especially me. But all right, y'all. So a leg up, and a leg up talks about letting people help you. Right? Not always being the person to lend a hand, but allowing others to lend a hand to you. Because sometimes we do need that help. So let's see why we have that card coming up. I'm going to be using the Fountain Tarot. I've been loving this deck so much. I'm going to be using the Fountain Tarot. We're going to see why a leg up is coming up for y'all. All right. Oh, Ace of Wands. So whatever you guys are starting right now, whatever your projects you're going to be, jumping into, even if this is having to do with a relationship person, I think, which is really interesting, right? I wouldn't say go ahead and accept that blind date if somebody's offered that to you, but I definitely would say this. If somebody is if someone has your back, and they know you very well, and they may have suggested someone to you, maybe give it a shot, because this is Ace of Wands, rekindling of an old flame, getting getting all that fire out there and being all passionate. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being passionate. But at the same time, though, I think the biggest thing is that you don't have to feel like you're doing it by yourself. You can have a good time. You can go out to parties. You can go out to a club, hang out with friends, and meet that boo there. You're going to have a lot of fun and interact with people, and may even run into your soulmate there. But you want to do it where you can enjoy yourself and not think of, I'm trying to be in a relationship. And I don't think a lot of you Pisces are doing that right now. I think you guys want to have more fun. I think you guys want to do more things that you guys are more passionate about, instead of just kind of doing mundane stuff. And I feel like friends, people around you will help you. They can help you with it indirectly. So I think the indirect approach is the best approach right now, considering that everything's going retrograde, right? So that was Pisces. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with our Aries family. All right, Aries family. Okay, gee whiz. We're gonna just pick up this one. Exchanging gifts. Y'all's came out real fast. Okay, didn't really get a chance to shuffle, but exchanging gifts. All right, let's see why you guys have exchanging gifts. Exchanging gifts talks about give and take, making sure that you get something out of what you're putting in, right? But, you know, making sure at the same time that you're not putting something in, you're not putting in anything to get a reaction or a result coming from a genuine place, right? Because when you start doing things, when you start doing things for a result, you're always gonna be chasing it. You're not gonna be allowing the receiving aspect of you to come in, because you're always trying to get something, right? You're just not even letting it be. So you gotta have that balance. So let's see why exchanging gifts is coming up for y'all. Oh man, Hierophant. Oh shoot. In relationships, y'all, it's not just in relationships, but it's in just your total makeup, right? I see the Hierophant as routines, like patterns and behaviors, right? Like things that we learn to do from, you know, either our ancestors, how we've been in our adult lives for so long, you know, what structures we have. I think there's an element to us where we have to be able to not only do things, right? Go after our dreams, go after our goals, but we also have to be like, okay, we've done everything. We did what we need to do. We have to kind of allow ourselves to just relax. Allow ourselves to let these things come in. Whatever we're trying to manifest, we got to let it come in. You know? And that may require a lot of changing of the routine. Because if you're not allowing time to if you're not allowing time to let things come to you, when are they going to come in? You know what I mean? You got to allow that space. It's a lot of meditating. I'll meditate. Why am I putting the cards back? I still got so much more to do. So, that was Aries. We're going to go ahead and go on to Taurus. Taurus is probably one of the most ones people are looking for, because Uranus is crazy. Uranus is crazy. Uranus is Uranus. It's going to be Uranus. So, let's see what's going on for Taurus. Peace. Oh, no. When this card comes up, it's talking about making a peaceful situation out of a chaotic one. That is usually very hard to do. But see, here's the thing, right? This is Taurus we're talking about. Taurus is one of the fixed signs that stabilizes situations even when it's chaotic. But chaotic being like something that's outside of yourself that you can handle. This is internal now, guys. All right? This is internal, Taurus. So whatever you're going through right now, the peace that it's asking for, it's within, right? It's within the most. And it's not really having to do with outside of you, which is, you know, you're good at holding yourself down, but it's going to be a little different with Uranus and Taurus now. You're going to have to find peace through different means. So why is peace coming up, y'all? Why is peace coming up for Taurus? Nine of Pentacles. See what I'm saying? Nine of Pentacles. See, the outside to you is good. The outside of yourself is good. But the thing is that it's not about the outside. It's about the inside. It's about the internal, how you feel. You know that you're stable, Taurus. Everybody knows you're stable. That's why people come to you for help. People come for you for stability. You know, people come to you to help them ground themselves. So it's about grounding yourself now. And honestly, taking what you know and using it for your inner peace, because it's not about the outside piece. Because you already, Nine of Pentacles telling me that your outside is good. You can see all the accomplishments that you've made. You can see all the benefits that you've put out there for not just yourself, but for the people that you love. You know, you've been doing the work, but how have you been? Are you at peace? Are you bored out of your damn mind? You know? And peace doesn't mean there's nothing happening. It can mean that you actually enjoy where you are. All right? It's a tough one, Taurus. But you can do it. Nothing is ever given to you that you cannot handle. Okay? Okay, people are so weird in this chat. Okay, well, I don't need to know why. I don't need to know that you've heard. I really don't. I don't need to know that. All right. What is going on here? So you guys have mending. This is for Gemini. What are we forgiving, Gems? What's going on? Forgiving and releasing. That's cool, though. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Renee, trolls for real. Oh, my goodness. I picked the wrong time of night. It's Friday. I'm trying going out to party or whatever. Hi, Lena. Mending. Why does Gemini have mending? Leo, nice. Why does Gemini have mending? Why does Gemini have mending? Why does Gemini have mending? Because of the devil. Okay. All right, so Geminis, we letting stuff go. And the reason why we're letting stuff go right now is because there's some things there's some things in our lives that we cling to that help us to kind of get through the day-to-day, but it doesn't help improve our lives. Right? It's not holding us back in the sense of like, we should be doing better. But it's like we don't give ourselves the credit that we need because we're always kind of adjusting it for right now. You know what I mean? So with mending, it's like, and this does talk about behaviors as well. So there may be some things that we do, right, to protect ourselves, but they don't actually protect ourselves. It keeps us in a situation. It keeps us in a place where we constantly have to, keep getting that fix, if that makes sense. Like, for instance, like, if we have an argument with a friend, the best thing we do, right, is just don't talk to him. Leave it alone. Don't call, don't engage it. Just let it die down. But right now, that whole die down thing probably ain't working right now. The whole die down thing is probably making the whole situation worse. It makes the other person feel like they're not valued. It makes you feel like you're not valued because you guys are not getting down to the point. Right? So there may have to be a point where you're like having to take control of the situation, full control, but it also will empower you to take that sort of control. And it has to do with like forgiving the situation, finding the solution to it, or like completely putting the situation to end, just completely, just resolving it and not just saying, okay, well, this person doesn't agree with me. I don't agree with that person. Leave it alone. Figuring out why you don't agree, figuring out what you guys need to do to move forward. That's the best way. And I know that's just an example. It goes far more than that for some of you guys out here. But we have to change the behaviors of how we handle situations because usually, yes, it's the best way that we know how to do it, but it's not working anymore. It's just not serving us anymore. And it's not our fault. It's the way we do it. I'm a Gemini moon too. Who said Renee's a Gemini moon? And we got another Gemini in the house. Okay, a Chioma. See? A lot of the things that we were used to doing, it's not working. And it's not our fault. It's just, this is all about adjusting and taking our power back and not feeling like we just kind of give up of ourselves or compromise ourselves so we can just, be done with the situation because it's never done. It always kind of lingers for a while, right? Gemini's messages. What's going on? All right. So Cancers are next. Cancer, what's up? What's up? I'm just going to put this over here. My whole desk is so messy. For the Virgos out there, I'm so sorry. But you don't have to see it. That's a good thing. I'm pulling tarot first. But let's see what you guys got from the Wisdom of the Oracle, Cancer. What you guys got? Okay, let's see what y'all got. Hopefully everybody's having a good night, though. Hopefully everybody's having a good night. How is everybody doing? I'm asking you guys. Like, for those of you that are watching later on, hopefully you guys are doing okay. But for everybody in the chat, how's everybody doing today? Because it's Friday. Thank God. The weekend is coming. So hopefully y'all are able to veg. Hope y'all are able to party. Do whatever you want to do. Cancer. Cancer. Cancer, you got to come to the edge. Taking risks today. Taking risks for even tomorrow. What risks are we going to be taking? Because come to the edge is very, very dangerous, right? Nice. No chest pains. You're good now that you got communication. Paris Tarot has been taken, and yes, they are. Remember, and one of the things, too, that I want to say, though, is that the devil does indicate our power, not being used in the way that we find beneficial to ourselves. And the thing is, right, we're powerful beings. No one can take our power away. Never. The only time our power is used against us is if we give that power away. That's how powerful we are. So we got to figure out where in our lives have we given our power up? Where have we distributed that power away? Remember, it's not about blame. It's not about saying you shouldn't have done this. It's about, okay, that person cannot be trusted with our power. We got to take it back, right? That person cannot be allowed to be that close. We got to take it back. You know, we gotta reestablish our boundaries. That's usually what that means. Okay, so it's our power can never be taken from us. It can always, we always decide where it goes, but we also have the power to snatch that power right back. Say, you know what, you go get your own power. I'm done with you. Bye. Okay, goodbye. But okay, Cancer. Let's see what you got. Cancer. Oh damn, the world. Wow, the world. Okay. That's actually not a bad reading, guys. So Cancers, you guys have the world with come to the edge. Now, I know it's probably like you guys went through a shit ton of stuff. All right. The world talks about completing a cycle, and usually it's a good completion. Okay. And the good, either it's like, you're celebrating, having a good time, or it's like, oof, I'm done with it. We're done. Like, that's it. That's over. That session's done. That whole cycle's done. We're leaving that in the past. You good. But the come to the edge portion is like, hey, there's a whole new thing coming in. There's a whole new world out there that you're going to want to experience. There's going to be things where we're going to be tested and we're going to grow. The only situation I see right now is the bravery. We got to be brave with this, right? Because we've just got done going through hell with the last one, right? We may have come out of it on top, evolved a way different version of ourselves from the time we started this cycle. We're brand new. But at the same time, we still have a lot of those past situations that may be haunting us, right? That still remind us like, hey, remember everything that we just gone through? Are you sure you want to take another step in another direction? And the answer is yeah. The answer is yeah. Why? Because the world is not a place that we stay. The world is where we can accept everything that we've learned in a nice little basket and take it with us on the next journey. Because the next journey is coming in, and it can be whatever you want it to be. Remember that the world reminded us who we are, and why we're on this planet is to procreate, to create what we want to create. Not create what anybody else wants us to create. It's create whatever we want to create. And taking the risk is really putting ourselves out there to say, hey, I'm ready to create what I want to create. I feel like you guys know what you want now, or at least know where you guys want to go next. Don't be afraid to take that step. If it's something huge, of course, I would definitely wait till the end of Mercury retrograde. And I would definitely encourage everybody to look up when Mercury retrograde ends on your time, because everybody's got different time zones and it affects everybody else. So if it's something huge, definitely take that leap of faith and really do it at the end of Mercury retrograde. Right now it's the review, I feel like. What do you want to do? What are you guys willing to prepare to start your whole new world on? Right? What are you wanting to jump into? Take this time with Mercury retrograde to review it and then come back to it. Okay? Then come back to it when it ends and then really be ready to do it. Or change your mind. Okay, Cancer. God. All right, Leos. What's happening? We got some Leos. We got some royalty in the house. What's going on? Hopefully we got some royalty in the house blessing us. Okay? Okay, new life, trying to come out, but it didn't come out successfully, so we're not going to take it. Okay, we got a lot of cards coming out for you guys, but again, it's way too many. Wow. Leos, somebody's in a Leo in the chat, because coming out with kinds of, all right, we got one at least. Oh. There's a ton of cards coming out. Truth be told. Leos, are you guys biting your tongues? Are you guys not speaking your truth? Are you guys not communicating how you feel? Okay. Hey, Patsy. How you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm all right. Just, pushing through, you know me. Just pushing through. But we got some Leos in the house that got truth be told. Now, some of y'all, this is telling you guys that, hey, there's some stuff that you just need to just get off your chest and just be, just express yourself. Be your royalty selves and just express yourself. Some of you guys, this is like, whoever you guys are dealing with right now, either they're going to communicate with you about something, or, you guys have already communicated your truth. and continue to do that, because that's judgment energy right there. Over here, can't decide whether to let go or move on to a special friend with Leo. And cross watchers, the people that have gotten, also people that have been watching for other signs, the message applies to you too, right? Because you're meant to read, watch this message. Never ever deter away from cross watchers unless they're looking for something saying the person's going to communicate with them. Never watch it for that, okay? You're going to always come up disappointed, or you're going to come up disappointed. You can, you may not, whatever. The situation is this, right? The message is also for you if you're watching it. So maybe this is advice for you. You're dealing with a Virgo, dealing with a Leo, dealing with whoever. Well, especially the ones I just literally read for. Okay. But anyway, truth be told, Leos, what's going on? Why do they have this? Why do they have this card? Why do they have this card? Oh. Ooh, 4 of Swords. Okay, maybe you need y'all, Leos. Okay, so there's a lot of things I'm getting. Some of y'all, you guys just got done, taking a break, taking a rest. It's time to just be out and open. I think it's kind of, you guys are used to kind of being in your own zen, your own place. You kind of came up with this like wonderful bubble of energy that's yours. It's peaceful. It's nothing, right? It's a wonderful time to rest, but the rest is over. The Emperor. Oh my God. The Emperor, y'all. Okay? If that doesn't say time to get your feet up, start walking, start doing your thing, I don't know what does. Okay? You say you don't, Patsy says she doesn't cross watch. I get you. And that's okay. You don't have to. But if you do, understand that the message is also for you too, not necessarily just for them. Okay? Because there's always, if somebody brings you to watch something, it's brought to you to watch it. But for Leos, if you guys have been taking a break, it's time to be open now. It's time to be you. It's time to just let yourself come out. Because the 4 of Swords energy is wonderful for a break. It's wonderful for a timeout. Not forever, okay? And I don't think this is saying it's time for you to bite your tongue. I think it's like for a lot of you guys have been in a situation where you guys have been resting. You guys have been taking, some time to sleep. Get yourself right up here so you can communicate what you've been kind of deciding up here. You know what I mean? The channel of that all-out flow. Kind of reintroduce the bark, or the roar, rather. Not the bark, you guys are the dogs. So whatever you guys have tried to, digest up here, whatever you guys have been digesting and understanding up here, it's time to vocalize. It's time to let that whole flow out, right? Because you can't just keep this all up in here. Because if you do, what is going to happen, right? You're going to get headaches, migraines, and you can sleep very well. Because you've done all the sleeping you need to do. It's time to let all that out now, right? What you understand, out, right? Let it come out. And for a lot of you guys, another thing too that I'm recognizing with Leos is like, some of y'all have already been communicating. A lot of you guys have already been communicating your stuff. Right now, it's all about you just stepping back. Not much you can do at this point. If you already communicate your truth, you can't shove it down somebody's throat. You just have to just let them do them. And you do you. Take a break. Take a rest. When it's time for you to communicate, definitely nothing wrong with being ready for communication. But if you already did the communication, if you already talked, if you already, said your piece, there's no point in harassing the other person. There's no point in, shoving down their throat. There's no point of wasting your breath, because if they can't get it, they just can't get it. And you're just going to have to provide space and time for them to understand it on their own time, which the 4 of Swords is all about. Understanding stuff on your time or on their time. Don't let yourself kind of get hung up on their time. You know what I mean? Don't let their time apart. Don't let their distance. That's another thing, right? With twin flames and stuff. You do not let somebody's separation put you in a timeout. You let you do, if they need that timeout, let them do that timeout. That doesn't stop you from being you. That just means that they got to do them. That means like, okay, bye. We'll see you later. We'll see you when you're ready. But when if you guys are still pumping, you guys are still ready to do you until you feel like you need time to take the break. Don't let anybody else's break time dictate when you take your break. Don't let that happen, all right? That's what I feel like with these readings here. Well, okay. All right, then. Whew, this Colorado air sometimes just making it hard for me to breathe. All right. Okay, Virgos. I didn't even get a chance to even say your name yet. And this card came out, happy, happy. And a lot of you guys are like, I ain't happy right now. Some of you guys are happy. You know, it's like one of the, so that dynamic, right? We're dealing with duality, right? You know, this is Pisces season. So Pisces season, Pisces period is the energy of duality. So we're dealing with some of y'all are happy, some of y'all are really not happy, and you guys want to be happy, but you know what will make you happy. Or some of you guys maybe don't even know what will make you happy, but you know you ain't happy. And then with happy, it's like, which I, you know, sometimes I really don't like telling people this, is like finding the happiness in your situation. Because some of you guys may be going through some really difficult stuff, like some stuff that is not happy worthy. But you guys have to find what, you know, what you can, you know, find what you can out of it to lift your vibration. Because sinking down with the vibration is only good if you're looking at it and analyzing it, which Mercury retrograde is good for doing anyway. But when you're just dwelling in that energy, you're not doing anything with it, it becomes unproductive, and it starts to kick you behind, right? So you have to like figure out what you need to be, you know, what you need regarding the, you know, the negative energy, right? Regarding the energy of the downer, or of the, you know, the not really happy, because it's totally fine to not be happy, but it's also okay to accept when some things can be changed and take action on that. You know what I mean? So let's see what happy has to say with the situation. Why does happy come up for Virgo this time around? Two of Cups, and you guys have, well, you guys have another card on there too. The Two of Cups came out clean, like it was just blocking the other one. So we're just going to keep the Two of Cups there. All right, so this is a relationship dynamic. It can be with family. Okay, it could be you dealing with another person. It could just be with you and your partner. But it's finding the parts where you guys get along the most. What can you guys agree on in your relationships right now? You know, what things help you guys in your dynamic because you guys can both see eye to eye? Because I'm assuming that for some of you guys, but I'm sure, right? When it comes to you guys, when you Virgos, you guys don't ever meet somebody that is just as organized as you are, just as, you know, detail oriented as you guys are. So it can be frustrating to deal with somebody that does not see the things that you see, and that's like aggravating, right? It's like you're in Pisces season outside of yourself and you're like, oh my God, that could be done better, that could be done better. Why aren't you doing it better? Right? But there obviously is something that connected you to in the first place, and it's connecting with that this week or today or tomorrow, right? That's going to help you, right? Or especially throughout this weekend, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the weekend readings out tomorrow. All right, I'm going to try, but I don't know if I can. So for this weekend, for everybody, you know, for all your messages and reply. But, you know, for Virgos right now, finding what makes you guys work together in a wonderful, harmonious fashion is beneficial. What is best? What is the great thing about your connection? Especially if you still love this person and you don't want to break up with them, if you don't want to do anything that has anything to do with separation, it's about focusing and figuring out what works with you. What works together? What helps you guys work together as a unit rather than separately? You know what I mean? It's a hard one, especially when you guys got, you know, if you guys have a lot of disagreements and you guys don't get along very well, or you guys don't see the same things. You guys do see something in each other. There's obviously something that brought you two together. That's something that's very similar. And is using that, okay? And also, too, with the thing with the Two of Cups as well, this is a mirroring factor. So if there's something that you don't like about the other person, it's probably something that you don't like about yourself. But that's something you can always change. It's always you're always taking the power back, right? Figuring out what you don't like about them that you may not have about yourself and you don't like. And a lot of times you don't see that, right? Sometimes you don't realize it. Sometimes you don't, you know, you guys are totally two different people. And that doesn't apply, right? The message don't apply. That's fine. But if the message does apply and you don't like how they are handling themselves, it's probably something about yourself that you're not handling the way you don't like. And it's a good time to really utilize that information for your benefit. You get what I'm saying? See, and it's okay. Like it's not like oh my God, this person's beneath me sort of thing, right? You guys see each other as equals, and mirroring each other, if you guys do, totally use it to your advantage, because it just makes you look better if they don't approve, right? You adjust in what you don't like. You just it's like looking in the mirror, right? If you go outside looking all raggedy and stuff with your person, it's like, okay, But if you use them as a mirror and start sprucing yourself up, make yourself look nice, adjust that makeup a little bit, do a little, something, you look good, and they still looking raggedy, you're just going to just, like, you do you. That's fine. But, you're going to be attracting the person that's going to be matching that vibration. Now, they can adjust. They can definitely adjust with you. They don't have to. That just means that the person that will adjust, the person that is matching your vibration, will come. So same thing with happy, right? If you are going to manifest someone in your life, y'all single, lift your vibration up. What do you love about you? What do you love about yourself? What can you do for yourself that will raise your vibration? Because you attract the person that matches that vibration. Okay, so I ain't always out here for just the relationship. I'm also out here for the single people too. You ain't left out. Okay. All right, Libra, it's us time, right? Libra sisters and brothers. Let's see what we got going on, right? Let's not get scared. Even though my face looks a little worried, ignore that. Okay, this is my Gemini moon in my first house. It's always gonna fuck me up. So it's gonna be like, yeah, you can never hide your emotions. No, I can't. And as much as I would love to. Here we go. Oh, somebody watching from Sweden. Damn. Hi. How early is it for you? I knew a friend who's from Sweden. Tell me about my Libra. LOL. We're gonna see what they got for the weekend. That's for sure. Well, me included. We're gonna be trying to detach like an air sign. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what we got. Libra, go. Oh God. To the sea. Libra. We're being told to relax. We're being told to just go with the flow and don't try to break the current. Don't try to go against the current. What happens if we go against the current? We don't really move. You can also hurt ourselves, right? We can destroy the boat. We can do all kinds of things. And I know some Virgos are realizing that my eyeliner like stops before my eye. I'm sorry, y'all. I realized that too, and it looks horrible. But to the sea, relax. Don't try to manhandle the current. Don't try to fight the winds. Don't try to go against the grain when you're trying to mop the floor or wax the floor. Because if you try to go against the grain when you wax the floor, I don't know if some of y'all did that, you will mess up the floor, or at least make the floor look raggedy, and it'll make you mad. It'll make you mad. It'll hurt your feelings. It'll do all kinds of things. So don't do it, y'all. Okay? So for this weekend, be like water. Be like fluid. Just be like a Pisces, right? When they're in the water, just go with the waves. Don't go against the waves because you could hurt yourself. And do everything that you didn't want to do, okay? Well, do everything that you didn't want to happen, okay? Because that is the last thing anybody really wants to do. Like when they have something planned, they want it to be exactly how it's planned. If it's a little bit off plan, it's not too bad, but it was totally abstract. Unless they're super creative and they're cool with it, they're not going to like it. So, because it's not balanced for them. It's not balanced for them, right? Oh, snap. Oh, God. So, the reason why you guys have go with the flow is because it's going outside of your comfort zone, family. Oof. So, the flow is like, if it's going outside your comfort zone, there's probably a reason. It's because your boundaries are a little too tight. It's because you got a little too comfortable with one area. And you may have to learn something different. Not because your situation or your way is wrong, because it's never about what's wrong, what's right. It's about what may work, what may not work. So the situation is this, y'all. If you're being asked to come outside your comfort zone, going against that grain may not benefit you very much because you're not allowing yourself the opportunity to expand where you could benefit the expansion. All right? Not saying that you're not perfect where you are. Okay? Because if you believe you're perfect, but you could benefit with expansion right now. If you are asked to expand and you don't really want to do it because you're afraid, if you're not comfortable, if it's really against your intuitive, thing, then fine. Tourist that bitch. Stamp yourself in that position. But I would highly say, look, if it really ain't that bad, what's the worst that can happen? Just take the leap, or just go with the flow. Don't try to manhandle it. Just be fluid. Be fluid. He's all right, but he's perfect with me. fair enough. Look at Mary T. It's like, yep, new life change. It's hard, right? When it comes to new life, anything, Justin, like, ooh, it's not fun sometimes when you gotta learn something, because it's cool when you learn something new and it's something that you can adapt to and you want to. When you don't want to, it's like, really, I have to? You know, it's like, yeah, I have to do this? Oh my God. And nobody wants to do that, trust me. But there's some things like, I moved in with my boo. And some things I had to learn to just relax with, because I got a little too adjusted. Like for instance, like my boo likes to dry the dishes. Like he likes to dry the dishes with a towel. And he brought up a good point. I'm like I got annoyed with it because I'm like, oh my God, it makes, you know, the towel messy and it makes it wet, you know, faster. And it's just like, if you want dry your hands, it's not going to be dry. It's going to be wet. So like, use a paper towel. And he's like, no, I'm not going to use a paper towel. And the reason why is because it's wasteful, right? And it makes sense. But at the same time, you're like, God, dog, you know? And especially if you want to use that dish right then, it makes so much sense. But so even though I'm programmed to like let the dish dry on its own with air dry it, sometimes you're just going to have to just, you know, sometimes it just makes more sense to just kind of go with the flow, because it does make sense sometimes, you know? Like I said, as long as it doesn't completely destroy your boundaries, go with it. But, you know, then stand around, right? If it totally just stomps on those boundaries. Scorpio, you're next, okay? I hope y'all are ready, okay? Y'all are ready, right? It's yeah, where you go with the flow. It's hard, but mellow. I hear you, girl. Renee, just air dry, please. I know, right? I was like, just leave it. Just leave it. And he's like, no, I want to use it now. And I'm like, oh, use paper towel. And he's like, no, that's wasteful. I'm like, oh, fine. Scorpio, what's going on? What's going on, Scorpio? Hey, Savannah. So I'm not doing live readings right now, like live personal reads. I don't know if I'm going to do that again, though, because there was a lot of traffic last time. It was awesome to see how many people came out, but there was a lot of people that came out. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do live free readings again, because I've got a lot of people come in, you know. But I do offer readings on Instantgo, so you can hit me up there if you are on your phone or whatever. You know, my prices are not very expensive, so if you take advantage of it now, you know. So, oh snap, you guys got peace too. You got peace as well, Scorpio. You know what? What I'm gonna do, because I don't know if I was just talking and I'm gonna shuffle one more time, and if it comes out, it comes out. Okay, because I don't know. I feel a little certain way. I feel something, and I don't know if peace is really for you. I don't know if it's just me. I'm like, maybe it was me. Like, hey, I like the peaceful energy of reading cards for people and really getting the messages and not just trying to be quick and get to the next person. You know, maybe that was what it was picking up. So I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna really shuffle for Scorpio right now. And you guys got loyal hearts. Oh my goodness. Loyal hearts. Okay, that means that making sure that not only is the other person, you know, sticking to what they agreed to, you know, it's the relationship, right? How do I best describe loyal heart? Because everybody has loyalties, right? Like you're loyal to your friends, right? You're not gonna just talk their business to someone else, right? Not necessarily like to bring them down. Like if there's something really bugging you and you want to talk about it with somebody that you know that you could trust, that's the kind of loyalty that I'm talking about, right? Trust, loyalty, that whole thing. Like making sure you have people around you that has your back as well as you have their backs. And and I feel like it's not just romantic relationships, it's also platonic ones. So who can you trust? And this is a really big question for Scorpio, because you guys don't let a lot of people in your heart, right? You don't just tell people your business, especially not how you feel. No rando. So if this person really means something to you, you already communicated how you felt. You already communicated where you come from. Again, you're never going to tell somebody how you feel truly until you know there's somebody that you truly believe in. You know, if this is truly someone that you actually can trust with your heart. Nope, Aquarius is not up yet, actually. I bet you get love. Oh, God. All right, dude. Look, you were a troll earlier, and apparently you didn't learn your lesson. So, sorry, man. Deuces. But anyway, trying to give Venus Pike Scorpio right now. I ain't trying to get karma from Pluto because I get interrupted from some weirdo. No. No, dude. But anyway, why are we getting loyal hearts? Seriously, though, because this is about trusting people. This is about people you trust. This is people that you allow in your heart. And this is also you not taking advantage of other people who give their emotions to you when trying to trust you, too. So it's a hand-in-hand thing, right? It's like give and take, except this is in the factor of trust. You know what I mean? It's in the factor of trust. So let's see what, oh, shoot. Okay, what is going on here? So you guys have like 4 cards come out. That's a lot of cards. For those of you that want to dissect it here, 6 of Wands, the Devil, and the Sun. But I want to pull just one since I pulled one for everybody else, okay? So let's see. 1 card for Scorpio. Okay, 4 of Swords. Very similar to Leo. They got 4 of Swords too. Loyal hearts. Okay, so for 4 of Swords, it's like taking a break. There's a pause. So some of you guys may not actually be in a relationship with, not a relationship. Some of you guys may be separate from each other. Now, if you truly believe this person is yours, and this person, you know, like you were like actively in a relationship before you guys took a break, then I wouldn't worry too much about the other person cheating on you. Because loyal hearts usually talk about people that you can trust. And if they know you very well, if they know you to the T, they understand your boundaries, they know not to cross the line, especially if it's just a break, just to kind of get some air, you know. Now, if it's a serious breakup, if you guys are not together, then the thing is that you want to communicate with people. You want to share your energy with people that you can rely on. And if the person has not showed that, you have to really take the time out to really figure out if this person is worth your time and energy. You know, never is a person wasteful of your energy. Everybody has a reason why they drain, or they take your energy from you, or they give you energy. There's always a reason why everything comes. So think of it like Native Americans, right? When especially like in the history books, when they say like, you know, how they used to kill animals and how they used to, you know, live their lives, it was never wasteful because everything had a purpose. Everything had a resource. Everything was a resource. Everything that you deal with in your life is a resource. You understand it like that, then you'll know that nothing ever in your life is wasteful. Everything has a purpose, even if it wasn't enjoyable. So if you guys are separate right now, if you guys are not talking, there's a reason for that, right? Either this person has showed where their loyalty lies, either to themselves or with you, like, or whatever, right? If there's a period where they're not communicating with you, if there's a period where you're not in their presence, this allows you to really assess and figure out who is really in your corner, who's really in your circle, who really has your best interest at heart. And then you just also, do you have your best interest at heart for either wanting somebody that's, you know, separated from you for not a reason that they can honestly, you know, that makes no sense. Like if it's, like I said, if it's a stupid reason that they broke up with you, if it's a stupid reason why they needed the time out, you know, are they really looking for your best interest? It's understandable if they have to look for theirs, because you have to, you know, understand that if they're going to look for their best interest, they have to respect your best interest at heart too, if you need time away from them for yourself. But if it was like, if they haven't been true with you, if they haven't like spoken with you in a very truthful manner, if they haven't been honest with you, if you feel like they've been lying on you, if you don't trust this person, period, then why entertain somebody that you can't allow, you know, space and time to be whatever they can be with, while they respect your boundaries at the same time? You know, if you can't trust that person going to a different state for work because you're worried that they're cheating, is this person really someone that you can, that, you know, that truly, sorry, I'm running out of breath at the same time I'm talking. Is this someone that you can truly trust? Is this someone that you can truly have in your corner? And it's okay if not, and it's okay if it is. But then at the same time, if you still don't have 100% trust for them, you know, yes, the Four of Swords. Why? Get down to the bottom of it. Why? Why do you still want to hang on to somebody who you cannot trust? And I can't tell you the answer to that, because that's 100% you, and that's me reminding you that your power, you know, ends where, you know, with the why. For me, that's on you. You know, you got to figure that out, and that's not a bad thing. Take the time that you need. You know, you got to be loyal to yourself, right? Take the time out to figure that out. But if you can't trust somebody, what role do they really have in your life at that point? All right. Pretty damn deep, Scorpio, as always. Pretty deep. All right, Saggies. My Saggies in the house. Hopefully we got some Saggies in here. Okay, they've been having some deep readings too. They've been having some really deep readings. So let's see what you guys got for today, for tomorrow, for the weekend. All right. Sagittarius. Oh gosh, truth be told too. Okay. Leo's got this. So truth be told, what have you guys not been telling? What truth have you been holding back? Thinking that was just, you know, you just maybe just coming from a blunt place and how you believe. There's nothing wrong with speaking your opinion. But at the same time, I think a lot of things that upsets, Sagittarius right now is hearing other people's opinions. And that's the part that annoys them because they don't care, right? You don't care. It's like, it's not that, you know, you don't have any interest in the other person. You don't want to hear their point of view. It's more of like, it's not your opinion. So it doesn't, you know, even it's cool that you have yours, but mine's important. And I think the truth here is, it's not just about you holding back your tongue. It's also hearing other people's truths too. Not because it matters in the sense of like, it's something that you have to like hear as gospel or something, but more of like, this is someone else's truth. This is someone that you're dealing with every day. This is like a relationship or something like that, or something that you work with, and hearing their point of view will help you to understand how they are. You know what I mean? It's like the philosophy thing. How does their mind work, sort of deal? Because that's where, truth be told, and hearing their truth can benefit you, not because, you have to take it as gospel and you have to adopt that kind of truth of, for your own self, but more of like, that's how that person thinks. Either I got to be careful of this person, or I got to like, figure out how this person really is, and if I can truly be myself, if they're truly going to accept me, if they have this sort of backwards opinion. It's still the truth for them, and that's not a bad thing. It's like, is this something that you want to deal with, though? Right? So let's see why Sagittarius got this. Let's see why Sagittarius got this. Let's see why Sagittarius got this. Let's see why. Ooh, Eight of Swords. Okay, so Eight of Swords is talking about feeling trapped in your thoughts. And like I was telling Leos too, it's like, don't let all this stuff get bulk up, solid and hard up top. Like, you get a lot of thoughts coming in when you're reflecting and stuff, like the Four of Swords, and then you then you get like an influx of it when you go, you don't voice it, you speak it. And the Eight of Swords to me is like, it's too much, right? It's too much in one area. It's too much opinion, too much thought suppressed. And I think a lot of it has to do with too, like maybe you have an unpopular opinion, or maybe you don't have something that maybe people like, tap your back on and say, cool, man. Like, and I know a lot of you guys don't really care about your opinions being accepted or rejected. It's more of like, what is the response of people close to you? What is their response to that? How is that going to affect you and their friendships? You have to just trust that the people that are in your circle are going to always be in your circle, no matter how you think or how you feel. Because how you are and who you are, they're supposed to love you regardless, unconditionally. And I think it can be kind of scary to communicate in a way. It could be kind of scary, for you to communicate and not know if your people are going to have your back. But that's not for you to decide. And that's why truth be told is coming up, because it's like, you have to be true to yourself, and that's it, not anybody else, right? It's good to be truthful to the people around you, of course, because that's lying to yourself if you lie to them. But this is why it's so important to come from your own place and not think about and consider other people and, how they react, whatever. You just have to be you, Sag. And of course, you teach us that. You teach us how to just be blunt in ourselves. Aquarius teaches how to just be us and ourselves. Because we, when it comes to coming from a place of truth, right? That's from ourselves. We can talk about it. We can discuss how this person's truth is different than others. But coming from a place of genuine energy, like genuinely from yourself, right? Like, don't suppress it, especially with people that you love, folks. Okay? because you deserve to be you in every and all situations, not just select few. I'm a big feeling that. I really feel like the last Sagittarius have been feeling like they had to bite their tongue. It's not the case. You know, you don't have to be like that. All right, so Capricorns. And I got a brother that's a Capricorn too. It's Capricorn Sun. The brother just passed. Treasure Island. Now, I used to hate this card. Not because this card was bad or anything. It's because the meanings of it was always, the meaning of it was always kind of like to me, I interpreted it as vague, but it really isn't. It really talks about you knowing where your happiness is. It's very similar to the sun. So it's like you have the clarity that you need. You have the map. Oh no. Oh, my brother's fine. He's still alive. He's not gone. He's actually getting married soon. So I hope I didn't make it sound like he passed away. I'm sorry, Renee. Nope, you didn't miss Aquarius. Yes, and I did do Aquarius, so you're gonna have to do Libra rather. You're gonna have to go back and watch Libra. But with Treasure marks the spot. That's why I always say with this card to help me remember what it means. It really it's like the sun, right? You know what your happiness is, but if you don't take the steps to be happy, it's always gonna be there, you know. Or sometimes people will just come up, find that map or have a duplicate map and snatch that treasure. So what do you do when you have a treasure map? You don't just look at it and go, okay, so I know the directions. That's part of it. But the other part is taking the steps, following the directions, doing the 4 paces this way and the 10 paces that way and do a loop-de-loop, whatever, right? Treasure Island talks about is like, you know what you need to do to be happy. But are you ready to do what's necessary to make you happy? Woo! Woo! Let's see why Capricorn's got that. Let's see why Capricorn's got that. I'm excited to see why. Because this is like my brother too, okay? All right. Why does Capricorn have Treasure Island? The Ace of Wands. Okay, so who got the Ace of Wands? Pisces got the Ace of Wands. And what did I say Ace of Wands was? Taking action, starting something new. Rekindling of an old flame. If you know that you know the steps that you need to take to rekindle a flame with somebody that you already know that you want to get back together with, just do it. Capricorns, you got this. There's nothing in your kit that's missing. Nothing in your toolbox is missing. Nothing in your briefcase is missing. You have all the money in the world right now. Maybe it's even for free. You know, you have everything that you need. It's time to take action on what you know you need to do to get to where you want to be. Your manifestation is sitting literally on that X. You got to dig it up. You can't just look at it and it just pop out. You can't just wait for it to come in. Yes, the procrastination. What is the phrase? Procrastination kills the cat. I can't remember. But procrastinating is cool unless you're like, you know, you don't really care about getting it. But if you really care about it, you might want to get it because it's yours. It's yours. It has your name written all over it. Take it. Take it. It's yours. That's a pretty simple message. Give me a little bit of lightness because I have a lot of those deep readings we just went by. But yeah, y'all, don't hesitate. It's yours. All right, Aquarius. My gosh. My darlings. All right. My sister air signs. All right. Sister air signs. All right. Woo. You guys are not the least. Okay. But I know we had to go a long way to get here. And yeah. So let's go ahead and see what you guys got going on TikTok. TikTok is your card. TikTok talks about there being no such thing as time. That things happen all at once. So for a lot of you guys that have situations that seem like they never seem to go away, even though they were years ago, that's, you know, that you guys have some inkling of the future, but you're in the moment right now and there's nothing happening. Like everything happens all at once. And with Pisces season, right? Pisces season to me is the literal epitome of this card, the TikTok card, because there is no such thing. There is no such thing as time for Pisces. Everything is fluid. Everything is happening at this moment. The past, all those karmic situations that you've had in the past, all those things that you see in the future, they're all happening at this moment, but they're also not happening. So what do you do with this kind of confusion, right? Because nothing makes sense. But it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. And you don't want it to make sense because, of course, you want to be like, I feel like Aquarians, you guys do want to be like Aries sometimes. You just want to just be irrational and just like, just go with it. And, you know, even though it, you know, it makes sense, but you also don't want to be like an Aries because you like the sensible part of yourselves to be able to pick things apart and understand it, because otherwise it would drive you nuts to never understand it. So it's like a really weird situation, right? So let's see why you guys got TikTok. Why do you guys got TikTok? Aquarius, man. I feel like you guys are the most misunderstood signs, along with probably Scorpio and Capricorn. Mostly misunderstood. But let's go ahead and see why you guys have TikTok as your card for today and the weekend. Oh my God, it's going to be so hard not to pull a clarifier for this one. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. And it's not because I don't understand what just came out. It's because I want a little more information. But we're going to have to settle with just one card because the rest is up to you. But, oh God. So you guys have TikTok in 9 of Cups. So if everything is timeless, if everything doesn't have a real measurement to it, it's just something for us humans to track down because, you know, we kind of like to take things a couple steps back, because when we kind of jump to the future, we're like, we are not ready, but we are, right? So you guys are the future people. Aquarius, you guys are the people of the future or the people of the past, right? Ancient past or the ancient future. That's the whole motto for Aquarius, right? So the concept of time to you guys is just, it's dumb, because it's like everything happens all at once. Same as what makes you happy. Same as being content. And it's weird. What makes you happy from the past, is in your future. It's weird. It's in your present. Oh, snap. What I just said actually, wow. So, okay. Wow. I know I'm not talking. I'm not making any sense right now. I'm just kind of spluttering and stuff. So what it's saying to me right now, actually, is that whatever happened in the past, it never just sticks to the past. Nothing ever just sticks to the past. The past tells us a lot of times what we could look forward to in our present, what we're dealing with in our present, and what we could change about our future. And one of the things that I don't think that you guys are looking to change is that if something in the past that made you happy, it will make you even more happy in the future. But you have to be ready for that happiness and be content in the now with what you know about what makes you happy from the past, if that makes sense. Everything's a lot of weird intertwining stuff. And what TikTok is saying too is that it's very similar to the 6 of Cups that I'm getting, okay? And the 6 of Cups is like the reminder card. It's the happy memories card, right, guys? 6 of Cups is the happy memories card. But it also helps us to remember that never in our lives is any of our emotions happening once. We will always experience happiness more than once. We'll always experience anger more than once. We'll always experience, sadness more than once. But happiness is the card that's coming up here. The 9 of Cups is happiness. So whatever you guys were happy with in the past, it can come and it will come again as long as you are ready and know that it's possible. Because one of the things the 9 of Cups does talk about too is not just happiness and contentment. It's manifestation. It's knowing. It's believing. And you have to believe that what made you happy in the past can make you happy again in the future. Or at least that sort of happiness, that feeling can return. Not letting the whole situation like, oh, that was old and that's been there, that's done that. It's not, it was great when it happened. Oh, well, no, you can't have that now. This is not the time to do that now. This situation was saying, it's like, whatever makes you happy here, if you believe that you were truly happy then, know in your soul that it can happen again. And it will happen again if you believe it. That is your message for this weekend. Huge. I'm not going to lie. Pretty much channeled. And it felt like a light bulb kind of went off in my brain. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, Aquarius, why you guys gotta get all these kind of crazy ass messages? But at the same time, I understand why, because you guys get, it's just simplicity, but taking conflict in a very complicated form, because we're human beings and we like to complicate everything. Okay, think about it, right? trade was so easy back in the day, but now we have taxes, we have fees, all kinds of stuff that complicates the shit out of it. So if we're not like, if we don't complicate the shit out of stuff, then I don't. If you say we don't, I'm like, are you sure? Look at our history though. Okay. So what makes you happy now is the influence that will help you. Well, not influence. Understand that that's you happy in that moment, and that happiness can happen again because you make yourself happy no matter what. All right? That person that makes you happy, they've never left you. They're in your heart forever, right? That's the beautiful thing that you teach us, Aquarius, about unconditional love. They never leave. They never leave. And who they are is something that is a beautiful, beautiful creation of flaws and everything. You can have it again. You can have it, but you have to believe it's possible. You have to believe, you have to know that person never made you happy. You made yourself happy because that person is weird. It's an extension of yourself. Twin flames are nothing but two halves creating a whole, but actually they're two holes that come together to make a bigger whole. Two cups is two holes coming together to make a bigger whole. That person is a mirror of you. If that person makes you happy, you made yourself happy in that time, and you can recreate that. It's so interesting, guys. I wish I could go on with this forever, but I'm actually really hungry. I'm gonna go. Okay. Thank you all, guys, for sticking around for literally almost 2 hours. All right. I was only gonna talk for an hour, but here my motor mouth goes. Thank you guys so much. All right, Liz, you leaving too? All right. Yes, I'm wrapping up, guys. So you guys can enjoy your weekend. So I don't hug it all up. All right. Thank you guys so very much. I love you all so much, guys. I really appreciate every last one of you guys coming out tonight. Because I was thinking I was just going to be out here by myself. But it was lovely to have every last one of you guys to stick around with me, listen to me ramble. I might do this a lot more often because I had a lot of fun. And yes. Bye, guys. Take care. Every last one of y'all. Take care. I'll see y'all soon. And then wish me luck for these weeklies and these weekend readings, okay? Because I'm gonna need it, okay? But anyway, bye guys. Bye everybody. Take care, everybody.